Good morning, everyone. I would like to thank everybody for being here today for this incredibly wonderful event where the city is just wonderfully gracious to dedicate something that not only reflects Midway as a ship, but Midway as a museum. So I'd love to thank the mayor for being here, Councilmember Whitburn for being here as well, Mitty for being here, our decoration. So without further ado, I'd like to, and just as a logistical thing, we'll have some remarks here and then we'll walk across the street for the actual unveiling of the street sign, which is on the pole across the street. So without further ado, Mayor Todd Gloria.
Dave, thank you for the introduction. Good morning, everybody. It's always great to be here on our Embarcadero. Thank you all for coming for this historic occasion. As mentioned, with me this morning is Terry Kraft, the CEO of the USS Midway Museum. Terry, I want to thank you for your leadership and all that you do to help steward this most treasured and important civic asset that is the Midway. As was mentioned before, we also are joined this morning by the council member for downtown, my friend, City Council Member Stephen Whitburn. And I believe, I don't know if he's arrived yet, but I was told that Malin Burnham may be joining us this morning. Okay, well, we send our regards to Malin, who is a founder of the USS Midway Museum and has been one of our city's most prolific and result-oriented civic leaders and philanthropists. Appreciate the role that he plays. I see Tad is here, perhaps on his behalf. Please carry back our greetings to him. Today we're here to unveil Midway Place, a street name that honors one of San Diego's most iconic landmarks and a powerful symbol of our city's deep connection to the United States Navy. A historic aircraft carrier, the Midway represents decades of service, sacrifice, and innovation, and it tells the story of the sailors and aviators who served our nation courageously and selflessly. As a museum, the USS Midway has become one of San Diego's most visited and beloved attractions, welcoming millions of guests from around the world and continuing to significantly contribute to our local tourism economy. The Midway helps to reinforce San Diego's identity as America's premier military city, a world-class destination, and a place where history is not just preserved, but most importantly, it's shared. Naming this street Midway Place ensures the legacy of the USS Midway is permanently woven into the fabric of our city and visible for generations to come. And this designation comes also as a way of recognizing the role that the Midway plays on our waterfront, in our tourism industry, and for our community pride. I would point out that we have a really interesting dynamic situation happening down here in downtown on the waterfront. Of course, I would suggest maybe a military cultural district, if you will, anchored, of course, pun intended, by our Midway Museum. But we also have our Maritime Museum down the way, our brand new Navy SEAL Museum just across the street. We have various monuments to greats like the USS San Diego, Bob Hope, and military families. Of course, the KISS, our unconditional surrender, and soon, Freedom Park at Burnham Navy Pier, the largest veterans park dedicated on the west coast of the United States, under construction now and soon to be a part of this vicinity that is really something very cool, and so San Diego. I'm really excited about it. I want to thank the USS Midway Museum, our veterans and civic partners, and everyone who helped to make this recognition possible. Special shout out to our hosts today, IQHQ, who has transformed our waterfront into this very exciting new district that is slowly populating with new businesses to add to the vibrancy of this corner of our waterfront. I thank IQHQ for the work that they do. And you see behind me a whole lot of hardworking people. That's our city's transportation department staff. They get up very early in the morning, marshal up out of the Choice work yard, and then go all across the city repairing potholes and replacing streetlights. They're taking a little bit of time away, that's why I'm talking fast, to put up this sign, and then we're going to put them back out repairing streetlights and potholes. But I thank all of them and their leader, Naomi Chavez, who's our interim director of transportation. With those comments, I just want to say that today's unveiling is about honoring the past, celebrating our present, and inspiring future generations to understand the service, the courage, and the history that has shaped us into America's finest city. And it's officially my pleasure to welcome Midway Place to the city of San Diego and to invite the CEO of the USS Midway Museum to provide a few words, Terry Kraft. Terry, come on up, please.
Mayor Gloria, thank you. Congressman Whitburn, we've got Tad here. Malin couldn't make it today. but I just want to welcome everyone here. Also happy that our new chairman of the board, Bob Lawrence, you may remember Bob from Channel 10, is here as well. So welcome and good morning. What a great day for Midway. The reason I invited some of our founders here today, people like Alan UK, Malin Burnham, they had a vision over 30 years ago to bring an aircraft carrier down here to San Diego on the waterfront. They were told, yeah, not such a good idea, come back later. But they persisted. And just like getting a street named after Midway, it's persistence. It's the idea that we can make downtown better, we can make the Embarcadero better, and that's what Midway has done. So this morning I think a lot about the founders of the Midway Museum, the men who had the original idea that, hey, let's bring an aircraft carrier museum to San Diego. But today's also about relationships. We pride ourselves on our relationship with the city of San Diego, with the Port of San Diego, with places like the SEAL Museum and the Maritime Museum down the street. We pride ourselves on that. We thrive on those relationships. And today, naming this street Midway Place is kind of a culmination and a cementing of that relationship between the USS Midway Museum and all the entities that are around us. We handed out some leis today, thanks to Marcia Santiago, our chief engineer's wife, who handmade these leis. You know, a lei has always been the symbol of a homecoming for a Navy ship. Sometimes you see ships coming into San Diego, they've got a big lei across the bow. That's why we're handing out these leis, because it is a homecoming. And it's a homecoming for Midway to now have our own street named after us. And finally, we're making our home better. We're building Freedom Park, as the mayor said, the largest veterans park on the West Coast, and that's going to be open by Veterans Day 2028. We're 2 years into it. You may remember that ugly building that used to be there, Building 11, is gone, and we are well into the construction of Freedom Park at Burnham Navy Pier, named for another one of our founders. So again, thank all of you so much for coming out today and helping us christen Midway Place here at the USS Midway Museum. Thank you.